the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. Hopefully, we got everything worked out today. Yesterday was a complete catastrophe in terms of having everything set up here, man. YouTube was not cooperating with me for whatever reason. That being said, we got some key levels to look at today. We are going to look at those. We are holding over a key level. You guys can see the title. We are holding over a key level. Time now. Time now. Are we going to see a breakout? There could be some things that are happening in the background under your nose a little bit that you're not tracking on. One of those is whales have been accumulating. Let me get this hat turned back around so you guys got the logo in there. But whales have been accumulating 270,000 Bitcoin in the last 30 days. That is actually one of the largest buying sprees since 2013. Is it happening under your nose? Are they pushing the price down left, right, and all over the place, flooding you out of the market while they accumulate? There is an argument to that. There have also been spot ETFs, all right, that are being bought, all right, inflows, 411 million net daily. Okay, so we're talking about some on-chain stuff that's happening in the background that people aren't really talking about. Yes, we have the technicals. Yes, we can look at the charts. Yes, we can look at the news, which is driving the market, by the way. But there are things that are happening right now that you need to pay attention to that don't just involve the charts, right? There's more to it. There's more to it. But that being said, I'm going to say what's up to the homies. I got you guys in the chat here. Let's go ahead and look at who we got. We got Alexandra G, the best mod in all the space. Of course, we got my homie B Team Crypto. What up to you, bro? We got MDS Trader 805. He said, hi, all. How you doing? And we got, man, R Pink. What up to you? What up to you? Thank you for being in the chat. Appreciate you. Let's get it. Crypto Crank. Sounds good. My man. I'm glad it sounds good today because it was poo-poo yesterday. Sounds like the bottom is not far away then. Okay. Hey, all good audio, and you can see yes, that is good. I'll tell you what, my preview right now on one is like super delayed, so I'm glad it sounds good. We got TMB Willa. Sup to you, man. Thanks for being in the chat. Appreciate you. So bottom. Hey, look. We'll look at the charts. You know what? Try to remind me when we get there. But yes, is there a little bit of a bottoming, we'll say, structure? If we hold above the level that we're at right now, which could change on a dime based on news and, you know, whatever happens with Iran. But in terms of being in a range and consolidating and then moving back above that range, basically we've had essentially a change of character, right, on the daily. Okay, so we've had price sit, it was stagnant, and that happens. Bitcoin will do that. It'll stay there for months at a time. That is the trend that we have seen over time. We did also come back, I believe, to the 0.786, if I remember correctly, on the fib retracement. So like that's traditionally kind of what we've seen. The thing is, it happened quicker than expected. Right? It happened quicker than expected. So really the thought process was Q3 of this year. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that, man. We got Steve Hickey in the house. Hey, brother, what up to you, man? We got Wayne C in here, 496. How you doing, brother? Good evening to you. Hope all is well. All right, let's go ahead and start talking some bubbles, some market update stuff. I don't even have, you know what? I'll put the, let me put the daily DJ out there, but that's it. I'm not putting the other one out there. I usually put a link in there, but I ain't too worried about it. Y'all don't use that thing anyway. I'm giving y'all free money, 20% off. Don't even ask me because y'all don't use it. Go to the description if you really want it. There it is. I don't need to post it. Y'all, it's wasting time. All right, let's go over the bubbles. Here we go. Meme core. Gotta hit the button. Meme core is up 19.1%. Dexy is not sexy. It is down 12%, but you are seeing a lot of red out there. So what's divergent from the market? Always important to take a look at. XMR, JST. What is JST? I don't even know what the hell that is. Okay. JST. It's just JST. That's up 10.6. All right, so looking for those things that diverge sometimes are a little indicator of what you may want to look for in terms of, hey, can we get something that moves exponential if we get a turnaround or movement in price? It's just a way sometimes for, you know, the way I used to do it. It was like I wasn't using leverage. I was only kind of spot or at least close to it, you know, 2, 3x. But that was a way to find something that was divergent from the market, moving a little bit more aggressively. It was kind of a way to leverage without leverage. But here or there, those are the things that are kind of divergent. Anything big kind of getting beat up? No, not really. Everything's pretty close. All right, let's keep it moving. How you doing? Keep it moving. All right, so 2.55 trillion for the market cap. That is down 0.4%. Not that big a deal. Fear and greed index is 55. Neutral. Altcoin season 39. Bitcoin currently at 75,540. That is down 0.74%. Nothing too crazy there. Ethereum 2308. That is down 0.9%. So moving in parallel. Bitcoin dominance is at 59.5%. Let's see what rounds out the top 10. Always interesting to see that. Hyperliquid still holding strong at the top 10. And Cardano has slid down another spot. All right, let me scroll up here so you guys can actually see that. Cardano at 13, was at 12, now at 13. That is down 1.17%. Again, nothing too crazy there. It has been interesting though, watching Cardano, man. It snuck back into 10. Now it's at 13. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. I do have the vote out right now, I believe. So let me go ahead and slide this over. I gotta pop out my chat real quick here. Pop it out. Pop it like it's hot. There we go. That way I can actually follow you guys here. And give me 1 second. 1 second. All right. You guys do not want to see that. That's for sure. All right. There we go. That way I can actually see what you guys are saying and keep an eye on it here. Because you guys are crazy. There we go. All right. I'm back in the fight. So we got 60% Doom right now. We got about 5 votes. You guys keep that rolling. Keep that rolling. Get some votes in there. We got Andrew Cameron himself. He is the GM dude. What up, bro? TradeFly on point. Hey, I'm trying. All right, so let's get over to 2-bit. If you guys don't know, you should know. Why is it not loading? Is it saying I need to log in even though my logo is there? That's random. All right, we got some trial funds. Let's use them. You guys want to go short? It looks like you do. Let's go chat here. You guys are 60% Doom. Get some votes in. You're 60-40. Get some votes in. I'm going to take a trade for you guys. I'm not even doing any TA. This is how the daily degen works. Let me give you guys a little, the daily degen spin. Sorry. There we go. It ain't daily Jeopardy. It's the daily degen. So I give you guys opportunity as the audience to vote whether we go long or short, and we just do it. I take trial funds, 2-bit. Let's spend it. Who cares? What do we care anymore? Bits of Wealth, what up, man? Yo, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Let's go. We got 11 votes in. There you go. Oh, you guys are aggressive with the shorts. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me look at this real quick. I know I said I don't do any TA on it, but you are sitting at, let's see, 0.382. So that's it's got to be bottom to or top to bottom there. Where did it go? Oh, look. Hey. You know what? Give me a little love. All right, we talked about this between the 0.618 and the 0.786. We talked about this yesterday on the show. Now this has nothing to do with the daily degen. I gotta give myself some flowers, just a little bit. I said in that area, all right, we have a key level, right, between the 0.618, the 0.786, and we had a horizontal level. This is why I love horizontals, okay? So I indicated it right here, blue. We talked about 76.8. Why did we talk about 76.8? That is where the liquidity was, all right? That was the hot spot on the map. I was like, it has a penchant to go, touch that liquidity in all the wrong ways. Liquidity, we like to say around here. We went and got that liquidity at a key level. Let's scroll back to the left so you can actually see what kind of triggered me in on that. And let's see here. Let's zoom out a little bit right here. All right, so what I was looking at, I was like, okay, support, and then a breakdown. Breakdown retest right here. So support. This is important to see this. It lost this area of support, and then it broke down, and when it broke down, it actually came up to retest that level before seeing continuation. Once you see that continuation off of that zone at 76.8, dude, pay attention. All right, too much talking here. Let's get you guys in on the daily degen. You guys want to go for a short, and let's go full send. Like I said, not really doing any TA, it's just a little audience interaction, spending our trial funds, because who needs them? All right, free money, baby. Let's go. All right, so that's in there. But yeah, 76.8 was a key level we were looking at. There was a couple things that were lining up confluence-wise. I believe there was some volume. Once we get over the chart, we can look at that as well. But I was like, hey, this is a good area to see a little rejection. I was like, hey, what are you gonna look for is that wick, right? Came back up for the retest. You probably have your stop loss above the wick. That'd be the smart thing to do, especially when you're coming up and taking some of the liquidity off the table. You know liquidity is right above where the green line is right there. At about 76.5, you know some liquidity is sitting up there. So what happens? You take some of the liquidity off the table, right? You get that wick. That tells you, hey, we're going to be looking in that area. And then of course we had, you know, the things that I just talked about, right? So ultimately reject it, stop loss would have kept you safe, and there you go, continuation to the downside. All right, sweet. Let's go ahead and get over to some news. All right, this should theoretically be bullish. All right, Cynthia Loomis, if you guys don't know, but she is saying, hey, it is part of the crypto. Crypto is now part of the U.S. financial system. So this kind of goes back to the looking at, like, if you're talking about on-chain stuff, and now they're talking about it publicly, like, this is this is big for crypto. Like, if you guys remember back in the day, if you've been around for a minute, something like this would have moved the market. Dude, I'm talking about $5,000-$6,000 for Bitcoin in a day. Now it's very interesting to watch, and that's how you know. I will say that's not how you know, but I will make an assumption that that's kind of how you know that there's institutional money in this game now, is because you're not getting these big pops, right? It's not retail just driving the market all over the place. But here nor there, continued bullish news over and over and over again for crypto. The good news is, I mean, the government is somewhat accepting it, right? It's the banks and the financial institutions that are kind of fighting back right now. And let's be real though, when it comes down to it, the banks have the money. All right, so the banks do have a vote. They are going to have an impact on what actually is approved into law. Don't fool yourselves and think otherwise. So keep your eye on it. But still, bullish news after news. And I'm not usually a bulltard, right? I'm not over here saying, oh yeah, let's bullet, it's going to the moon. That's not my jam. But I just keep seeing these bullish narratives, and Bitcoin has held up. And you know, we've had these crazy macroeconomic events going on, and things are just going on in the world that should wreak havoc on price action, and it really has not. I mean, the market has been very, very strong through a lot of turmoil. So take note of that. Take note of that, because, you know, understand that Bitcoin is a riskier asset, and when things are going crazy, people just kind of sit on the sideline. But that when people are fearful, when people are scared, what happens, that's when big money kind of moves in and takes, you know, the lows, right? They're like, okay, cool. Like, we see that it's not going to be moving any further down than where we're at right now. Let's go ahead and start accumulating. And then ultimately price starts to go back up. What happens? We're late to the party, right? We're late to the party as retail jumping into something that has already made a move, right? Understand that, like, if institutional money, you know, was piling in and accumulating, or big money was piling in and accumulating while we were sitting around 65,000, we're already late to the party. Because we are waiting for that breakout, that change of character, you know, those things to feel comfortable again. And then ultimately we have bought exponentially higher than big money. So again, something for you to think about, but I ain't here to rant about that stuff. Let's go ahead and get into some of the stuff you care about. First thing we're going to look at is the non-working liquidation heat map. What are you doing? Why are you not working? Why? What have I done to you? What have I done? All right, at least we got something. What the hell is going on? Coin Egg, what are you doing, man? You're old faithful. All good. So the good news is, thank you for this little tool they've added. We can actually still see where some liquidity is sitting. What have I done? We are back. We're back in the fight. All right, Coin ain't messing with me. Look, so this is what I was talking about earlier. Remember when I was like, hey, the hot spot on the map is around 76.8. Remember? We talked about this yesterday. Did you guys jump on that? Because I spent some damn time on it talking about, hey, this is where liquidity is. Here's some reasons you could see a rejection out of that area. I gave you the sauce. I gave it all to you, and I even gave you the trigger. Where can you go to figure out if you want to pull the trigger on this? Go over to the order flow. All right, go down to the lower time frame. See, what is the open interest? What is the CBD telling you? Did you see it play out the way that I talked about yesterday? That should have been a pretty good opportunity for you to be realsies. But depending on your time zone, you might have been sleeping. All right, so here or there. Liquidity, where is it at now? You got your hotspot at 77.4, all the way up to about 78. We talked about this area as well, where it kind of clears up. But as of right now, 77.4, new hotspot on the map. You do have some liquidity down here at about 75. man, I don't know if that's where I'm going to concentrate my focus, though, because this area down here at 73.4 is pretty damn hot. Pretty damn hot, and even hotter down here. I think if you get down to 73.4, there's no way they're going to leave this. There's no way. It's too close. So let's go ahead and mark that. Let's 72.8 and 77.4. 72.8, 77.4. That's our two areas that we're going to mark here. 72.8. We'll update this. I think I have it locked. Nope, I don't. So 72.8, let's go ahead and slide that down. 72.8, good enough for government work. And gosh, what was the other one? It was 77.4. Okay, cool. So 77.4. I know, I'm almost positive this one is locked. That's why I can't even get to it, of course. Come on. Come on. There it is. Got it. And 77.4. We're gonna mark those areas. This is a big part of what I do. Remember, I said I gotta get back to the basics here. Find the liquidity and work around that. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. We're marking liquidity on our charts. Talked a little bit about this yesterday. Breakout, retest, continuation, staying within the trend, the structure, 618, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Enough flowers. All right, so looking at the liquidity. 77.4. All right, that's one where we know is a hot spot, but we know working past that, all right, up above 78 is going to take pretty much everything off the table. Okay, so taking everything off the table, plus you have volume, and that puts you above the current wick right now. The thing that I'm really looking at still is this pit stop. All right, because you know from here to here, there's not a lot of volume. There's not going to be a lot of liquidity, but right here, where you see rejection, 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 right here, my friends, there should be some liquidity. And we validated that. How? You didn't see it right now, but I've already validated it for you, okay? I zoomed out. I looked at the liquidation heat map on the larger time frames, and I know that we have liquidity sitting up there, and that makes a ton of sense, right? Quick move down, but right here, stagnant. Okay, that gives it time to build, especially if you get rejections. 1, 2, 3, right? So liquidity is going to build there. Why? Because people are putting their stop losses above it. They're putting their liquidation areas above it. So that is what you want to hunt. You want to hunt that liquidity. So what can we do? Let's mark this. Let's mark this. We're going through the process, fam. I'm not pushing you to a Discord. I pretty much damn giving up on that. I'm just giving you the sauce right here live. So this is why you need to tune in. I don't know what happened. Oh, there's my shortcut box. It moved on me. So we know liquidity's sitting right here. We know it. We've already tapped into it a little bit. But we're going to mark it. We're going to mark it. Again, volume, liquidity, certified, right? We found that on the actual the liquidation heat map. So we got that. So we're gonna mark that area. Now this area 72 to 74K, I'm gonna leave it on, right? It's been important. It's been very, very important. And so when I put out the title, I'm like, hey, Bitcoin's it's at a key level right now. No shit, it's at a key level because 72 to 74K, one, will support. And if you go back left on the chart, look right here. This is important, all right? Top of the range. Support, right? So you can see impulse move through, resistance, support. We had this level keyed out for months. We had it in advance before we even came down to this level right here where we started to consolidate. So 72 to 74K is important. And I've been saying it is important. I've been saying it for a long damn time. It's important. We're staying over that level right now. That's important. That's good. All right. I don't like the trickle effect where we're just kind of like chilling. Like I want to see a little bit more aggressiveness in here, kind of form an actual range. That's going to make me feel a little better. I don't like just hanging out right around that level. Like, come on, give me something where Bitcoin moves up a little bit, tests the top of this range, takes liquidity, all that good shit. That now seeing some bouncing around in here so we can really say we have established a new range. Right now, it's very, very close, but it is a key level, okay? Now, the thing, again, we talked about a little bit in the opening is like, hey, we got some on-chain stuff that's supporting the fact that we could hold up, and we've seen it. We've seen it in the move, right? It's following this trend. However, we're starting to fizzle. We're starting to fizzle a little bit. So I would say be careful, but at the same time, it's a start, okay? It is a start to being okay. Now, some things to kind of keep an eye on. If you're going to move up and you're going to move through this zone, it's probably going to be an aggressive move up, right? You don't have a whole lot of volume. You got the 200, you got volume up here, previous POC, all that good stuff up around 88K. So just understand that would definitely be where I start looking for a short. And, you know, that would just be my bias going into that move to that area, because there's too much confluence right now. Again, previous POC of the range, 200, volume, all lining up in that area. So I would say somewhere around 87,000, just mark that on your chart now and just get that over with. Mark it on your chart, leave it out there. You'll be surprised that how many times price action will go somewhere that you marked on your chart months in advance, and all of a sudden you're sitting there looking at it like, damn, I got ahead of this. And if you got a 9 to 5, if you're anything like me, you got to work a job, you got kids, you got things going on in life, get ahead of your charts, right? The confluence is there right now, so mark it. Again, I'm going to give you levels that you can use. That's what's important. So somewhere around 87K, just go ahead and mark it. Mark that down. I gave you a liquidity level, okay? So we got liquidity here. Now, let's keep a looking, right? So let's not get soda strawed in. We're going to zoom out just a little bit. Look at this. You see the range is very, very well established right now. But we do know that we have liquidity down here. Now, understand, I am not saying price is going to go here, but mark it on your charts. Why not? Mark it on your charts. If you come down here, you know liquidity is here. If you get a wick like this, if you get a wick out of there, like this, like that, then that's going to be an opportunity, more than likely. Now, again, if you bounce out of that zone, let's do some drawing here for you guys. Again, we're going to get back to the patient trading. I'm not doing this craziness where I'm like, you got this little intermediate step here and this little one here. We could get some price action. I got to stay away from that a little bit, right? I don't want to set you guys up for disaster. Let's see here. Brush. All right, this is what I'm talking about right here. So let's say we start working down. We get in here and you get a wick out of that zone. This, my friends, more than likely will retest this area right here. The probabilities are high. What can you do to validate that? Hey, you come down, you see this, look at this. This right here is money flow. This is chart prime indicator. If you guys want that description, go for it. But you can also see on the daily here, we got some momentum building, all right? Money flow is going up, all that good stuff. Now, I don't think it's going to come down here anytime soon, anytime quick. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking for confluence, if you're looking to help your bias, if you're looking to say, hey, what else can help me decide whether I take this or not? One, you want a wick. Two, something like this indicator showing you the momentum as well as the money flow. Or really what I like is looking at order flow. Okay, so looking at order flow, kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. All right, so we're on the 4 hour. But one of the things you want to look for, I'm going to have to get rid of some of this stuff because I don't want to confuse you, because I was talking about if we go up to test that level, they're at about 80K. Come on, come back to daddy. Where in the hell did you go? Come back. All right, come on. You can do it. Golly, that went pretty far. So here we go. So if you come down anywhere around here, one, start looking for passive orders, all right? Now, you can already see there's not a lot of volume down there. But if you get these passive orders building up, like case in point, right? People chart. Where are the passive orders at right now? The passive orders are right here in the liquidity, no shit. So understand that when people are talking about, hey, my entry is your stop loss, that is literally what they're doing right here. Literally what they're doing. All right, they're placing passive orders in the liquidity. So people are going to get wiped out. Stop losses, bye-bye. Leverage positions, bye-bye. All that stuff, gone. What happens? Retail starts talking about the bear market. We're going to 40K, all of the doom and gloom. And then you bounce out of the area. Why? Because the smart money's already sitting down here waiting. You can see it. That's why order flow is beautiful. You look at CVD, you look at open interest, right? And if you see this continuation, right? If you get a divergence, price action go down, CVD go up. What's that look like? Let's draw it. Keep seeing that go up. And then you see, I gotta find out what the shortcuts are here for Kayotaka. But if that's going down, but CVD is going up and open interest is going up, at least trending to the upside, that should help you formulate a bias and help kind of make you feel better. It's the trigger, right? For me, I tell you that all the time. This is a good, like, okay, what is the market actually doing? Are they aligning with what I'm thinking or not? You get this liquidity cleared off the table. Passive orders are filled. The liquidations, the stop losses are off the table. And then the market starts to react with you. Now, does that inherently build a little bit of delay? Yes. But if you're talking about a swing trade, then that's okay. Because if you're talking about a swing trade, you're looking for a bigger move, right? We could agree on that. That's okay to let the market talk to you a little bit. Does that, again, will you be a little bit behind? Yes. Can you put a limit order down here? You could. But what happens if you get an impulse move through? What happens if CVD is aggressively moving down and open interest is also moving up? The problem is you will not be able to negate that unless I guess you could watch it going into that limit order and say, you know what, hold on, this is not playing out the way I expected. Then I guess, hey, yeah, I guess you could just close the limit order and get out of it and maybe set an alert above. But if it moves down very aggressively, you're up shit creek. If it moves down very aggressively, you're screwed. And you get an impulse move through the zone, that limit order is going to get filled. And then what are you going to do? You're probably going to put a stop loss. My guess would be somewhere below this wick. Impulse move through is going to wipe the whole thing out. It's going to wipe the whole thing out. So you got to be very, very careful with that. That's why I'm not a huge fan of limit orders. I will play, kind of the top and bottom of ranges here and there. But sometimes that gets a little weird. It can get weird. Because a lot of times you're jumping on the liquidity. Let's get over to the chat real quick. I see you guys. Let's see. All right. It's sometimes, right? What up, man? Good to see you in the chat. Dusty Hunt in here. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Mark Dutch, of course. My man. Belgian Waffles. DDT's in the house. How you doing, man? Good to see you. We got JD up in here trying to break down past the 15,200 MA. Yeah, maybe. I'm late. Wait, you're not live. Oh, man, dude, do not mess with me today. Tell you what, yesterday was brutal. Andrea, how you doing? Hope all is well with you, lady. I saw you created a Discord, by the way. Hey, what's the deal here? All right, I gotta ask a question. I gotta ask a real question. Real talk here. People are creating Discords, right? And that's cool. I am all about growth, and I love to see people grow. Give me a heads up. Give me a heads up. If you give me a heads up, I will actually push people to you. If you don't give me a heads up, you're on your own. Squid, I hope you're listening. Create a Discord. Let me know, bro. I can't shill you. I can't be like, hey, go check out this person if you don't tell me. Fools. All right. Crazies. Y'all are crazies. All right, let's get back to it. Don't want that. Here we go. All right, so we talked a little bit about some Bitcoin price action here. Let's go back to 2-bit real quick. What do you guys? You guys are down 5%. Dang. Getting beat up. Y'all getting beat up. You did kind of short. Yeah. That's a pretty clear area right there. You see that horizontal? I know I don't do TA, but maybe you guys should do some TA. How about that? I mean, this is actually an excruciatingly obvious area of support right now. So hopefully you'll get a continuation in trend right here. You see this series of lower highs. You're banking on that right now. You're banking on that to see the continuation of trend, and it's getting close. It's getting close. You might actually get a breakout. You might get upside down on this real quick. Let me be smart here. Let's be smart. Thank you, 2-bit, for actually incorporating this, by the way. You guys are short. Let's go ahead and put a stop loss there. We'll put a TP here where the wicks are on both sides of it. There you go. There you go. We'll try to be smart. We can just set it and forget it. Let it go. Let it go. Yep. Ice Age. If you got kids, you know. All right, so talked a lot about this already. I think we're good. I think we beat that up. Right now, bias would be towards continuation though, staying above 72 to 74K, and staying within this trend. Now, I understand that the likelihood is that it breaks out to the downside of this trend, but it can stay in this trend, or it can stay in this channel. Okay, so I always get into this saying, and people are like, it's bearish pattern. Okay, cool, dude. But what happens when it goes up 10K in that channel? Is it still bearish? Just because it breaks out to the downside, or statistically, it may break out to the downside. Well, how long are we going to stay in the damn channel? I'm not going to miss the opportunity to trade the channel. You know, if you think maybe it's going to break to the downside, maybe you just play the top of the channel. Maybe that's the play. Push up, take liquidity, test the top of the channel there, take the short, but then you got to stay within the structure of the channel. Do not fight the trend. Right? That's one of the things I'm really, really big on. If you're taking an intraday trade, specifically, if you're taking an intraday or even a scalp on the lower time frames, it won't be applicable in this case. But if you're taking an intraday trade and you're taking the channel, then stay within the structure. Okay, so if you see a very clear upper and lower trend line, stay within it. So take a short, you take it down to the trend line. That's it. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Thanks for playing the game. Don't try to be fancy and take it down to the 0.382 or down to 72 to 74K. Just take your little base hit, walk away, smile. Thank you very much, TradeFly. Move on. All right. Let's go to USDT dominance. Talked a little bit about that yesterday. Got a very clear area of resistance here at the value area low, as well as volume, as well as the 50 SMA. Talked about that. That has not changed. That's going to provide resistance. Remember, inverse relationship. Inverse relationship is very important. All right, if you go up here, you see a rejection. What happens? USDT down, Bitcoin up, right? So that can affect when you're getting into trades, getting out of trades. Where are you at in the world with Bitcoin, and how do those things align? Now, all of this green squiggly you see down here, right, was test on the top of the range, got a horizontal, got the 200. Now, 200 is aggressively moving up. That actually may hit and line up with the 618 by the time price action gets there. Take it into account. What does that mean? You're probably going to get a bounce. You get a bounce, Bitcoin go down. All right, take that into account. And you're starting to form lower highs, lower lows. So keep an eye on that. Right now, I don't really get too excited about USDT dominance until we get to a place where, you know, it's very clear and you have confluence. Again, volume, val low, 50 SMA, all around 7.7. Okay, so I expect to see an initial rejection there, which means I expect to see a bounce for Bitcoin. That would be my expectation if we push up for USDT dominance. Now, if we push up for USDT dominance, what does that mean for Bitcoin as we push up to this level? Bitcoin go down if it pushes up. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. But that's if, okay, let's say we take a short. All right, we take a short on Bitcoin. All right, and I want to walk you through kind of the logic here. If you're in a short, then you start thinking about, hey, am I going to take some profit here or even close the trade? That's how I personally would attack it. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's personally how I would start to think about that. The other thing you look at total market cap. All right, is there confluence? And I say that it does leave you some room because we're talking about you got to take a short, and that brings you right down here. That would actually make a ton of sense. All right, so we have this marked out. You got volume, you got the 50 SMA, again, seems to be a player on multiple charts. And then you got the 0.5 and you got the 618. I don't know which one, where the fun really begins, but I'm going to lean towards, right now, it would have to be an aggressive move because the 50 SMA is working up, but it may go horizontal as price action works down. You're just trying to kind of forecast, right? Get ahead of it. If price action continues to work down, you're going to see that 50 SMA kind of level out. I don't know if it's going to stay right here where that volume is. I think it probably pushes up to the 0.5, and that's where it gets a little bit weird. But what would be actually more exciting is like you'll get a wick down to that volume. Get a wick down, kiss that volume. All right, tap it in all the wrong ways, and then you kind of reestablish yourself back over the 0.5. All right, so you get that push down, you find an area where you can get a bounce, you see USDT where it can hit resistance, and then you look at Bitcoin, where are you at in life? Okay, where have you pushed down to see a bounce for Bitcoin in that case? So, yeah, that would make sense. So again, confluence between the charts would be cool, and then it's jump on over to order flow, and is the market starting to align with the narrative? All right, back over to the charts. Yeah, Squid's in here. What up, man? K Diggity, no doubt. Some say Andrea's Discord was invented in Mesotopia. Dog, just let me know. Help me help you. All right. Oh gosh, bro. Mark, you crazy. Hey, Wick's wife is in here. How you doing, lady? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. All right, here we go. TradeFly is on TV. Do I look good, man? I changed up. I'm pushing 1440 now. Hopefully the frames are good. Hopefully I'm not jumping around. Looks like it's doing all right. So let's go. You know what? We haven't looked at coin in a while. Let's look at some coin. All right, so this is Coinbase. If you guys don't know, we're gonna scroll out a little bit, looking at it on the daily. We did come down. Look at that, man. Came down to a buy zone. Got a bounce right out of that buy zone. 618 said I ain't even playing with this. Did not really factor into the equation at all. Just move right through it. But this buy zone, that was a factor. Why were we looking at that? Look, I know why I was looking at that. I know why. Check this out. This is my argument for liquidity. Challenge me, dog. So, you get a bounce here. What does that mean? What's going to be left behind under that support, that bounce? You know what? Comes down. Where does that go? Just below this one. Because what was left behind? You know what? Then you come all the way back down again, and it goes just below this one. Why? You know why. Over and over and over again. Same song and dance. At a really key level. That's why we marked it. It's pretty apparent. All right, so impulse move through, breakout, retest, support, but clear it out. Sweep the low, sweep the low, sweep the low. All day. All right, so let's look at Coinbase right now. Where are we at in the world? I mean, this is looking like it's getting a little bit more bullish, but you got some very clear horizontal level right there, kind of where you're at. You also have volume. So you got volume as well as a clear horizontal just coming back left. It's pretty easy to see, right? You can see support, see resistance, support. I won't really incorporate that, but you see resistance again right here and support. I call it a little bit of a range. All right, so you're bumping up against it right now. In terms of pushing up from this area, I'm not sure. I wouldn't take a long from here, to be perfectly honest. I would not take a long. I would probably look for something like this. We're looking at the structure where you see that support, that trend line, right? Ascending level of support. I do like those with a horizontal level of resistance. What is that, my friend? Probably one of the few patterns that I consistently have luck with. Now, that being said, this is one of those ones where you really want to go to order flow and look at that as well. All right, so if you're seeing open interest and CVD building in conjunction with this move, ascending level of support here, pushing up into a horizontal level, your penchant is to break out to the top side. You'll see that quite consistently. So, moving up. The problem with this, if I was looking at that, the move is probably not... that's not bad. Honestly, that's not bad. 5.86%. But what you're going to need a breakout retest of the high here. So I don't know that you'll necessarily get that opportunity or not. But my guess would be you're going to see a little bit more of bouncing around in here somewhere before ultimately you get that move through the zone. So there you go. That's probably what I would be looking for. This 50 SMA might come into to play here. Definitely got a couple pockets of volume. Let's see here. Let's do a fib. Right, high to low there, and then the high. That could be something. As the 50 works up, you see the 0.5 here and the 0.618 is pretty close. But I'm definitely a bigger fan of having some confluence there to help you out. But the 618 does have the volume. Kind of zoom in just a little bit more. Yeah, that might be an opportunity there. We'll see kind of how the 50 SMA reacts. But you do, again, volume. You got the 618. If the 50 SMA kind of goes horizontal, which I think it's really aggressive to the upside right now. I think the bend is going to be, it's not going to be like straight horizontal. I think you're going to get a little bit of upwards movement before you go horizontal. As price kind of draws back, if it draws back. So, but that could be an area to keep an eye on. Anywhere between, I'd say about 188 to about 181 for Coinbase is going to be something you keep an eye on for a move at least back up to the high, the range highs. And then that's where I would end it, right? So if you play something inside of this, again, respect the structure. Don't expect that you're going to get that breakout. You play from here to here. Stay within the structure. I ain't mad at a 13% move if that's what plays out. But I would say, a little bit more conservative. You're looking at about a 10% move. 10% move in here, and then you're looking at another 5 if you get the breakout retest up to the low of the range. 2 conservative plays that are not, too aggressive, and you let everything kind of play within the structure of the price action. So not a big breakout guy. Again, I prefer to see the breakout retest continuation up, but that's something for you to look at on Coinbase for you TradeFly nerds. Let's see here. Let's go to find something else. We've talked about Cardano. We've talked about AVAX a bit on this channel. Let's look at something I haven't really looked at for a while. Let me scroll. We talked about Doge. Doge was at A. Just so y'all know, Doge is at a nice spot right now. We just talked about that yesterday. You are at a very, very nice level. We talked about this. Look at this, man. Right off that POC. POC. Volume, 50 SMA, you got it all. You got it all, and it's going horizontal. All right, compressing. Price action is compressing right now. I mean, it's either getting ready for a move, down or up, right? That's the obvious thing. But I mean, simply, you could just protect yourself by putting a stop loss under the POC. It might be worth taking a flyer. You're squeezed right now because you got the value area high. It's just a matter of where you kind of think the North Star is going, and the North Star being Bitcoin. But right now, in terms of zooming out and looking at something Doge, I would say keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. CAS, let's look at Link. I ain't looked at Link in a minute. Clearly in a buy zone and volume and over the 50 SMA. All right, let's zoom out just a little bit more. We don't want to get too soda strawed. Let's see why I'm looking at that area. Well, that's easy. That's super easy. 1, liquidity below, went and got that. You had this previous range. You're actually staying above the previous range. That's a good sign for Link. Coming back, we got some support, resistance, support, came down, got liquidity, and you have volume. Might not be a bad time. Might not be. I mean, this is obviously the jam, right? Naked point of control. I know Frankie loves those. Naked POC, who got tapped in all the wrong ways, and you had volume. That's a zinger right there, especially because you got that wick coming out of that area. So you just jump in once you get that wick. Once it says, hey, buying pressure's coming in, just send. But right now, getting toward the top, kind of similar. You got some resistance on you right now. Man, I would say you have to get above where you're at, probably at about 9.9. Get above 9.9, reestablish, above where you're at right now. I wouldn't say take a long right now. Your time to shine was down here, naked POC, volume, all that good stuff. But if you get a break above, I would say, hey, you're probably going to build a range or consolidate a bit here between kind of the lows and the highs of this one, right? So get a little bouncing around in there. That's if we push up. Okay, so again, you got to push up. Right now is not the time. If you think Bitcoin's going down, which is what you guys think, because you guys took a short on the daily degen. If you think it's going down, you might be able to play this range here. And I think you got some room. It doesn't look like it much because it's on the daily. I'm not, I can't, I don't even know that I would take a short, honestly. I mean, you could. There's a 5% possibility there. But knowing you have volume under you, knowing you have the 50 SMA under you, that might not be the play, to be realsies. I think the more conservative play is just let it break out of this range, get above, establish up there, and then you start looking for longs. And you're going to see, I think you're going to see that narrative across the board with a lot of these altcoins, because we're at this this range where a lot of them are kind of just sitting and chilling and waiting to really break out. But those moves could be quite aggressive. Let's be realsies. All right, what did I want to do? I wanted to do a fixed range volume profile. Let's move gotta move my box back up here, man. That was messing me up. All right, let's see. That's a fib extension. No. There we go. Fixed range volume profile. Here we go. I do want to look at that. Where do we really establish this range? We'll call it right here. Yeah, so, I mean, that looks similar, right? So you got the POC, you got volume. Really, it's kind of tight in there. You got the 50, kind of all staying above. Kind of like Doge, but I would say actually maybe a teeny bit better than Doge, because you're getting above the value area high. Doge is still squeezed by the value area high. Chainlink's getting above it. A little bit different, slightly. I would say I'm ultimately long-term more bullish on Chainlink. It provides utility. Doge, not as much, right? Not as much. There's a little bit. Like, you can buy shit with Doge, so there's that. But Chainlink definitely should be a player that sticks around for a while. Let's look at Apple. Apple's big news. Why is Apple big news? New CEO. All right, Tim Cook stepped down. That is big news. Let's see how that's kind of impacted Apple. I think they announced that yesterday. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they did. You did get up to this area of volume here. Nice little push up though. Yesterday, so I think the announcement was yesterday. I mean, to have a bullish candle on an announcement of a new CEO, I guess somebody thought that was a good thing. Let's see. You did get some volume. You got the 50 and the 200 just below you for Apple. Plus you have the volume right here. This could be an opportunity if we do pull back. Let's go ahead and put a fib retracement on that. And wouldn't you know, you got the 200. All right, this is the daily. All right, so this is a little bit more enticing. All right, so you got the 200, you got the 618, and you have volume, all sitting around $256 for Apple. I'd say mark that on your charts. I think you're reasonably expecting a little bit of price action out of there, at least a bounce. Stay within the structure, of course, right? The thing that you're gonna have to work through, unfortunately, is you got the 50 right over top of you. Not ideal. You are gonna get that cross probably at some point, but to stay within the structure. So what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and take the closes here. You know, be conservative, but to stay within the confines of these series of lower highs would make a lot of sense for me. So let's say you get something like somewhere around here. I'm just projecting a kind of like, hey, where's the trend line going to be as price action moves out? I don't know. Oh, I actually do like this. I don't like the percentage return, 3.75%, because obviously it's stocks. Like, you know, leverage is a different ballgame there. You guys will have to get into options trading. But what I like about this is if you look at the horizontal, if you're looking at the price action, right? Why do I love horizontals? Because price action has already talked to you. What do I mean by that? Look, support, impulse move down, cool. Up here, resistance, move, and then retest, continuation. All right, so that lets you key in on that level right there. That level is about 265. So from the golden pocket, which is about 256 up to about 265, that's kind of the conservative way that I would look at that for Apple, right? Just quick little move up, retest that area that we've kind of identified, that horizontal level that price action has already shown us, and then in and out, wham bam, thank you ma'am. But yeah, I do think there's definitely a probability for a bounce there based on volume, 618, 200 SMA. I mean, it's already bounced off the 200 SMA. And you can see it does react to the 200 SMA. All right, let's see here. We got JT in the house. What up, man? Good to see you. Link ain't religious. Who else we got in? My main shop in the Otter chat. What up to you, Otter gang. We got Erica, Candle Mafia chick. How you doing, lady? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Wick's wife, you haven't seen her in a while? What? Come on, dawg. We always see Wick's wife in here. Hey, and of course, we got my dude, Wick 589. How you doing, man? Good to see you in the chat. Hope all is well with you, brother. Hope all is well with you. What we got? 1222. Let's see what else. Hey, you know what? Let's go back and where are we at with this? Yikes. Daily DJing. You guys are giving away my trial funds. What's happening? Chat? What y'all doing? Giving away my trial funds. You might be alright. I might just leave it. I might leave it open. You guys, there is some hopium for you. You do have that descending level of resistance there. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna do that. We'll check on it before we get out of here, but I'm just leaving it. I'm gonna set it and forget it. I'll post in the Discord what actually happens. We gotta take profit, and we got a stop loss set. So we'll see what happens. It's about 1-to-1. Again, not how I trade. So if you guys are new here and you're like, this dude is crazy, it's not how I trade, man. We're just having fun. Let's go. Let's actually, on that note, let's look at the order flow. Let's give you the now. I mean, there's... Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't like that. It's starting to push back up, kind of losing. It hasn't quite lost it yet, but it looks like it wants to. You're getting a little curvature here on the CVD, and then you got that little pop on open interest. But overall, what the one issue is, you guys, that horizontal level. That, I mean, it's just crazy obvious right now. I probably wouldn't have taken a short there just based on that level. I would have liked to see it lose that level. Like to lose that level, breakout retest, and then you see that continuation of CVD open interest kind of aligning in parallel with you. But yeah, that's pushing up a little bit. Yep, that one might nosy goesies. So see how it's kind of curving up here on the CVD, and then this little pop on open interest. Let's go down to the 5 minute. It'll probably be a little bit more clear. Oh, that might have been too aggressive. There we go. So this is kind of what I'm talking about here. When I'm like, hey, go over to your trigger and start looking at open interest and CVD. So when you're coming over to look at that, one, like, you can see some passive orders over there. But look, you can see how it's kind of developed this trend up. Very, very slight, but hey, you can see starting to develop a trend up, right? So what that means is that your longs right now are more aggressive. Now, for open interest, this one is very nuanced. Okay, this one, it can be very deceiving on the tells that you're getting. But one thing that will be of note is that, hey, cool, like if we push up and we set a new high on open interest, then you're starting to say, all right, we're starting to trend up. But I mean, ever so slightly on the 5 minute here, you can see, hey, this candle right here is letting you know that we're getting a little bit more aggressive here. But it still hasn't really popped. It hasn't made a move. I'd say horizontal, it's just kind of your starting point. But when it really piles in with you, if open interest starts to go up and setting highs or new highs, I'd be looking like right here. Let me go ahead and draw this for you. Oh, come on, you can do it. All right, so if you see open interest starting to work its way up, right? Positions kind of piling into the game, right? And CVD continues to work up. Price action is working up as well. That's kind of a trifecta there. All right, so you're getting all of that happening in parallel. Remember, I say that a lot, in parallel. So what would I really be looking for is not so much to play it at this point, but then I'd be looking for kind of like, some sort of breakout retest. Let's go back to 2-bit. Oh, God, you guys were so close to getting stopped. So close. But anyways, I would be looking forward to actually break kind of this level right here, where really we have the stop loss at, knowing that you have a pretty clear horizontal there. Right? You can see support resistance in that zone. If you get that pop through and you're breaking structure, you might be good, honestly. We'll see. But when you really start breaking that series of lower highs, and you have a horizontal sitting right there. Well, let me see if I can draw this for you. So you get a little breakout right here, retest. Let's mark that. And then you're looking for that continuation up. And then you come back, and this is where you start evaluating. Okay, cool. Is open interest aligning? Is CVD aligning? And if those two things align with you, that would be a pretty good sign in terms of should, you know, I jump in along. Now this is more scalping, intraday, right? These quicker trades. This is not, you know, looking for a big swing trade, but these ones, I've got a pretty good hit rate, and most of it is just using CVD and open interest. Sorry, backwards, but open interest and CVD in correlation with the price action. And I literally just find these key levels. Let's go back real quick. Let's go down to the 3 minute. Let's start looking at some scalp mode shit. All right, so you got VWAP. I made it orange, man. That's a shout out to Alex O. I made it orange, right? He loves the VWAP. He loves the VWAP. You do have some volume, and you do have the VWAP right there. So you actually, man, you know, sometimes the soda straw effect. I'll tell you what. This is Apple. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. There we go. Not the same. Apple might be open for a short. All right, so you didn't quite make it up to the VWAP. You did hit the volume, and then of course we talked a little bit about that horizontal. Not really. Yeah, so I wouldn't even really be able to take that long I was talking about, because you got the VWAP and the 200 on the 3 minute right above you, as well as volume. That would probably be a rejection come down, but I don't think that I would take a long right there, knowing that I have VWAP and the 200 right over the top of me. This is something you would have to wait a little bit more for. You get over your VWAP and your 200 as well as the orb. This is the opening range breakout, first 15-minute candle of the day. If you get above that, then yeah, I mean, I think that with the open interest and CVD aligning with you would probably be the play. This is, again, be more of a scalp. Breakout, and then that's not much, 0.39%. That ain't a whole lot to write home about, to be honest with you. That's tough. That's real tough. I don't know if there's anything in there right now that's worth kind of jumping on. The short might be in play, though. I'm telling you, I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to leave that open. I don't think it got closed. You might be okay. You might be okay. Get back out of this orb. The problem is you do have the 50 SMA on the 3 minute. It is respecting it. But if you can get back below this orb, you guys might be okay. We shall see. We shall see. That one's going to be tough. But again, order flow, keep a look-see on that one. Again, look for some passive orders. It's hard to get excited about anything in here right now. Like, I would prefer getting up somewhere around here where you're getting around 80K. Get down here, you're getting around 72.5. Even a little lower, 77.8, right? I start looking at these areas as usually kind of a starting point for me, is if it lines up with liquidity, lines up with passive orders on the books. That's where I get a little bit more, you know, aggressive and a little more excited. Like I said, looking at these little areas, it gets a little wishy-washy, right? You're kind of trying to make something out of nothing, and I would say be careful with that. But again, you know, good areas to start. Kind of start your process. I'd go to the liquidation heat map. Okay, cool. You can see liquidity there, mark it on your chart. Go over here, look where your passive orders are, and see if those things align. And if you do get something that aligns, that would be a nice little starting point in terms of your analysis. So you look at those areas, and then you're like, okay, cool. Like, let's see what the reaction is to that area. Do we get an impulse move? Do we get some kind of wick? You know, so that's what I would say. Look, keep an eye on those areas right now, just to say it out loud. 80,000, about 77.8, and then down below the price action right now is about 75.2. In terms of where do you have passive orders. This is stacked too. So you got stacked orders on the books right now. That is typically something you'll want to keep an eye on. So if you don't have like larger orders like this right here, where it's a little bit larger at 80K, but you get stacked, this is how bigger money typically gets into their entries. Is they don't they don't always just put it in one spot. They actually ladder into a position. And that you want to keep an eye on. So, I mean, again, about 77, 8 would be a good place for you guys to look at. Who else we got in here? Let's see. Zelda. You guys are talking about Zelda? Jeez, oh flip. That is a game, though. That is an all-time great game. Link ain't religious. All right, here we go. Who else we got in? Oh, here we got my dude, Alex O Crypto in the house. What up, man? Let me see some otters in the chat. Let's go. Big O says, why is my uncle TradeFly not coming to say, he pulled that card. Come on, dog. You gotta play on my heartstrings like that? You gotta play on my heartstrings? That's tough. That's tough, man. Alex. I don't like what you did there, Alex. Okay. Noted. We'll see, man. If I'm not flying, bro, I'll be there. I haven't canceled my reservation yet. I have not canceled my reservation, but if we're flying, I gotta do God's work. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. They changed my schedule. It's too late to put in for leave. I can't. Like, we're actually we're gonna be min-man, so unfortunately, it puts me in a weird spot. All right, it's sometimes right. That's right. I like that name, man. It's sometimes right. Time. I'm sometimes right. Mind mates, what up to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat. Who else we got in here? Dump, biddy, dump. Don't be a namby-pamby. Let's see where we're at. I mean, like I said, there's a reason I put the stop loss there. That's where you wanted to see the rejection. So again, I'm gonna keep it open for you guys. We'll see how that plays out. Again, this is just the daily DGen, not something that we're jumping in with any large capital. Just having a little fun with you guys. But it's coming back down. It is coming back down. Let's go over to the open interest and CBD. I mean, so you are seeing like the trend right now, overarching, really is pushing down between open interest and CBD. You can see that on the 5-minute. So you guys are still in the game. Still in the game. No doubt about it. Yeah, and you're not setting a new high, right? It's kind of talking about that with the open interest, right? You want to keep an eye on that, set a new high. If you do set that new high, then that's kind of where you're like, I'm not really going to play with this. It did not. So you actually saw people close positions, right? That's what this is. What does that mean? That likely in that area that, you know, we have the stop loss. Let me go. 18 different charts. Right here, the people close some positions, right? They knew that there's a horizontal level and they took profit. So they took a quick play from here to here, close their positions, and then this is the reaction that you get with price action coming on back down to where you guys entered. Let it go. Dump it, bro. I'm cheering for you guys. If you guys don't know, this is the daily DGen. I just let you guys pick whether I go long or short, and I just throw money at it. Who needs money? It's a silly thing. Let's see who else we got in here. Bro card is pulled. Yeah, man. Messing with me. You pulled on my heartstrings, man. Not the bro card. Making me feel bad. TradeFly more right than me. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. Look at you guys. You're about to go positive on the daily DGen. But you are a significant horizontal. There's no doubt about it. Like, if you get a nice move through there, I think you guys are gonna be golden. But you gotta get a nice move through there. We'll see if it plays out. Again, nice little horizontal that you guys are flirting with right now. But hey, man, there's some hopium. There's some hopium. It's like watching a horse race sometimes. You gotta sit there. You know, it's way more fun when you're not playing with a bunch of money either. Where you can just like cheer for your horse and be like, go, go. When you got real money on here, you're sitting over here, it's kind of like, sweating a little bit. And then a little bit of sweat. And got the armpits. Yeah, we all right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Giddy up. Giddy up.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
All right. See what else we got in here. Who we got in here? I thought I saw someone else. Oh, dude. We got my man, Al Jr. Oh, gosh. Here we go, Al. Here we go. I always get nervous. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm hesitating and I'm talking out loud so I can screen whatever he says. Because sometimes it's wild. All right. That's right. 420 has passed, bro. It ain't 420 in your calendar, but it is mine. Light that B up because it's mother effing time to TradeFly. Puff, 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 and then dump it. I thought he was going to say damn. And dump it. He loves saying dump it. That is his thing. Dump it or pump it. All right. Who else we got in here? I saw Ella. How you doing? Hi. Hi to you. There we go. All right. Well, it's moving through. It's moving through. Now, here we go, chat. Here's gonna be the question. Here we go, chat. What am I, a freaking live streamer? Yikes. Here we go. Where do you guys want to set it and forget it? Let me give you an option here. Let's change the poll. 34. Oh, you guys are calling Moon now? What are you guys doing? We're so late. 34 votes though. I appreciate that. All right, new vote. I'm gonna get out of here soon, by the way. New vote. SL to entry. Because this is yours. This is mine. Or let it ride. I'll put the vote out there. All right. There it is. The vote is out. All right, SL to entry or let it ride. Options are I ain't no B or Trade Smart, fool. So there you go. Let's see, you guys are up 7.3%. Let the votes go. Let's see what we got. Trade Smart, fool. All right. I feel like that might be an Alex thing. I don't know. I seen you do some wild shit too, though, Alex. I've had this man. He got beat up on a trade. It does happen every once in a while. I was like, all right, man. I was like, pull it back. Don't revenge trade. Dude was like, yeah, but I just made two grand. I'm like, man, literally, just told you don't be smart. Don't revenge trade. That's like his MO. He's like the king of the counterpunch, man. It's like motivation. See what you guys got. Trade Smart, fool. 2 votes. Damn. Okay. Is that what you guys want? Is that all that's left? 2 of you? Let's see here. I'm gonna look at the dashboard real quick. See, I got 26 of you on. Why are you not voting? 26 of you. Vote. See what you got. And smash that like. I would appreciate it. And sub. Because you're probably watching this. If I got 26 people right now and I only got 2 votes, okay, I got 5. And I only got 5 votes out of 26 people that are watching right now. My guess is you're lurking. That's my guess. Fix that. Fix that now. Sub, get in here and vote. You're 60% Trade Smart fool. All right. You guys are forcing my hand. You're forcing my hand. What do you guys? You're bouncing back and forth. Lock your fibs, fool. Some of them are locked. I voted. All right. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate you doing your duty as an American. I appreciate it. All right. So 9 votes, 62%. Now we're moving. Why are you guys changing your votes? Crazies. It's gonna come back, Ayo. Oh, you guys you're changing it up. I ain't no B. You're saying let it ride. I know why you're saying let it ride, because it's so damn close. It's actually an aggressive TP to be all the way down at the bottom of the wick there. That's a pretty aggressive TP. All right, 11 votes. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Y'all can lock it in though. You can be winners. Saying, trade smart fool. You could be winners. I think we're close enough for government work. I think we're going to close this. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. GG's to the homies. Daily DJing. Winner. Chicken dinner. Let's go. Let's go. You guys want to see it? There it is. Let's go to the old position history. I guess after the fees, you only get $1.96 because two bits got to get theirs. That's a 10% winner there. 10% winner. Well done. Well done, chat. You said, I ain't no B. Let it ride. Let it ride. And you guys took the dub. Love it. Love to see it. Let's go. All right, with that, we're going to end it on a good note. All right? That's how we're going to end it today. That is how we're going to end it today. Daily DJing for the win. Let's go. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Much appreciated for being here. Again, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you guys want to save 20% on your 2-bit trading fees, TF Save 20. I'm going to keep it that quick. Get money on the way in, deposit when you trade, and you'll save 20% on your trading fees. That's as much as I'll shill it today. 2-bit. I spent a lot of time on 2-bit today, so I hope you're happy. Okay? All right. That being said, it looks like Bitcoin is dumping a ruin. I'm going to get out of here, though. Much love to you guys. Again, thank you for being here. As always, trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.